Good morning. Okay, so good morning to everybody and welcome to Annette Lavender from Ranana, who's joining us today. And I see Seema, who I haven't met, so good morning also to you from Tzfat. Are you also from Tzfat joining us? Great. Our international group, Baruch Hashem. So after doing 2 years, Nashim B'Tanakh, Women of the Tanakh, and we covered 50 women or so, Tanakh and contemporary. And last week, or 2 weeks ago, we did Eshet Chayil. Today, we're starting a new series, Shir Hashirim, a very powerful, wonderful book, song. You know, it's one of the Ketuvim from Tanakh, yes, one of the Ketuvim, Shir Hashirim, written by Shlomo HaMelech, and we're going to learn it on different levels. First, we'll learn the Pshat, and we know that the Pshat of Shir Hashirim, the more, I won't say superficial level, but the simplest explanation, using Rashi and Mitzudat David of Shir Hashirim is not the same as when you learn Chumash or Navi, because Shir Hashirim is all allegorically written. It's very mystical in itself, meaning that the Pshat itself, we have to understand it with Rashi and with a lot of Torah Sheba'al Peh, because the simple reading is a love song between lover and beloved. And our Chachamim say those who take it and read it as a simple, just a love song between a beloved and a lover are doing disrespectful to the whole idea of Shir Hashirim. So lechatchila, the simple explanation is not so simple. Okay, it's not just take it as face value. We do have to learn it with Rashi and with the other Mefarshim to understand even the simplest level. Hasidus explains a lot of the psukim. We will first do Pshat with Rashi and Mitzudat David and other Mefarshim with quotes from the Gemara where places it quote, of course, not everything, because otherwise it'll take us at least 12 years to finish Shir Hashirim, and we do want to try to finish it in a year. It's quite a few. It's a few prakim, and we will go verse by verse. But I do want to learn the Hasidic translations and understanding of some of the psukim. So we will try either at the end of every parak or sometimes by every class to give the Hasidic explanation. We know that the Likutei Torah is based on a lot of the Likutei Torah quotes Shir Hashirim, and we will try to get also explanations from there. Good morning, Shimonit. How are you? Okay, so a little bit for an introduction. Shir Hashirim, like we said, was written by Shlomo HaMelech on the day that he was the Chanukat Habayit of the Bet HaMikdash. To understand that, we have to go a little bit into background. David HaMelech wanted to build the Bet HaMikdash. He prepared the Yerushalayim. He set, ground and fought wars. And one day he's looking at the palace that he's living in, and he sees that the Aron and the Mishkan are in a tent. And he says, how could I live in such grand conditions when Aron Brit Hashem is in a tent? And he begged through Natan HaNavi HaKadosh Baruch Hu to let him build the Bet HaMikdash. Chassidus explains David HaMelech is a person, he's like a vessel that doesn't hold of itself. It's just a vessel that is empty. That's why he says, if you read into Tehillim, all the prakim are things that he went through and how he feels that he is nothing. I am nothing. Libi halal bikirbi, my heart is empty. Never took anything for himself and didn't ask really anything for himself. And even food, the only time you see in the Torah, in the Navi, that David HaMelech talks about food is after he fasted, after Bathsheba's first child, his wife Bathsheba's first child died, and then he asked for, bring me food. He broke his fast, which Chassidus explains it comes from a place of accepting God's decree, levarech al hatovah, levarech al hara'a, al hatovah, thanking Hashem for the bad as we thank Hashem for the good. David HaMelech personifies, in a way, simplicity, Malchus, which is, on one hand, the lowest level of the 10 Sfirot. On the other hand, from that, you grow to the highest level. Shlomo HaMelech, actually, if we read in the simple explanation, is just the opposite. Everything was lavish, grander, a lot of richness, his horses, the wives, everything was like, it seemed like everything was gashmi, very physical. Whereas David HaMelech was a shepherd, running away from the physical, slept in the fields, slept out in the it's also camp fields and in the fields with his sheep, in caves. He was not connected to the gashmi at all. Even when David HaMelech brought the Mishkan up into Shiloh and into closer to Ir David, we saw he danced and screamed and was together with the people. He didn't have that distance, that royalty feeling of being separated from the people. He made himself into a simpleton, whereas which bothered actually Michal. We discussed it when we learned Michal. She compared it to her father's royal demeanor and said to David HaMelech, it's not befitting a king to behave the way you are. But David HaMelech personifies real malchus of bitul HaKadosh Baruch Hu, being a kli for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So when Hashem said, you are not the one, but you know your son will do it. Your son will build the Bet HaMikdash. And comes Shlomo HaMelech, and that's Chassidus explains why Shlomo HaMelech, from the outside, looked that he was so connected with Gashmiut, and as if he's involved in all this Gashmiut of building and choosing the best materials for the Beis HaMikdash, the stones and the gold and the silver and everything else. And even the materials, we'll see here in the Shir Hashirim talks about the materials Shlomo HaMelech used. His sheets were like the greatest sheets, the white sheets. They were so comfy and so of great quality. Like it's the exact opposite of David HaMelech. So this explains that Shlomo HaMelech in his essence, and really he himself was like David HaMelech. But the reason he used the Gashmiistic world is really, this is the purpose of creation, that we should bring Hashem down into every single thing that there is in this world that Hashem created. Like we know that the gold and silver and diamonds and pearls and all these things that were created in the world was to bring out godliness in these things. And it says that gold and silver was brought to this world really for the building of the Beis HaMikdash, but Hashem gave extra so we could also enjoy it for other things. And the same with the wood, the cedar wood and the best of the woods and the best of materials and the best of furs and different materials and different spices. Really, everything in this world was brought down to serve Hashem, and the Beis Hamikdash personifies it. So Shlomo HaMelech went all out to connect things that are spiritual to things that are very physical. And when did you feel it? On the day of the Chanukat Bayit of the Bet HaMikdash. And that's why he's also called Shlomo. He made like shalom between heaven and earth. Heaven and earth are opposites. Actually, the waters of heaven and earth cried the day Hashem separated them and made this Shamayim. He made it Maim of the heavens and Maim of the seas. And Hashem says, you will someday get back together. There will be a shlemut, a oneness. And the reign of Shlomo HaMelech was the oneness that Hashem had wanted when he created the world. It was really, that day was as if the culmination of the purpose of the world happened. And we'll soon see it maybe in the quotes that I'll bring. Well, maybe I'll open up the screen soon, that they were able to see when the Chanukah Bayis, the heavens opened up, and it was like an opening, a connection, a oneness between the Beis Hamikdash, the unearthly physical home, straight to Shamayim, and it was one. And we know that during the times of Shlomo HaMelech, the reign of Shlomo HaMelech was shalom within Israel, Eretz Yisrael, the Jewish people, which we know and could testify, seems to us like an impossible mission. I'm not talking about elections, but just a hint. We do know it's something that's extraordinary. There was shalom between people, keep connection with Hashem and the Jewish people. Everybody kept Torah mitzvahs. Everybody had parnasa, ish tachat gafno, v'ish tachat te'enato. Everybody sat with his vineyards and his gardens. And it was their shalom with all the enemies and nations around. They all came up to the Bet HaMikdash to bring their karbanot and to see the glory of the Jewish people. It was a wonderful time. And this brought forth a shir, a song in Shlomo HaMelech. In Chassidus, we learn a lot about what is the song, a nigun. A nigun is the pen, our Rabbeim say, is the pen of the soul. We have a lot of Nevi'im, and we learn Nach. These are things Hashem told to the Nevi'im, and the Nevi'im talking to us. A shir is a higher level. That's why we say, Az Yashir Moshe. That's why the Jews sang, and the women sang when they went out of Mitzrayim. It was like something you couldn't just like talk about. I had to come with voices of song. So there are lots of songs. There are 10 songs. I'll soon read them, which ones are, that are written in the Torah, 10 songs that are for Hashem. And this song that Shlomo HaMelech wrote is called Shir Hashirim, Song of Songs. It's like a song beyond the other songs, a song of songs. It's in a different category together, altogether. Some say, some of the Mefarshim say, that the holiness of that day of the Chanukah Bayis is because Shir Hashirim. It's not that Shir Hashirim is a result of the Chanukah Bayis, but Shir Hashirim brought forth the Chanukah Bayis. Like it is yes, it is a result of the Chanukah Bayis, but the greatness of that day was not only the Chanukah Bayis, but the shir that Shlomo HaMelech wrote, the shir took the whole day of Chanukas HaBayis, which is building the Beis HaMikdash and the revelation of HaKadosh Baruch Hu on this earth. Shir Hashirim took it to a different level completely. And that's why Shir Hashirim called Hashirim Kodesh. Shir Hashirim, says Rabbi Akiva, is Kodesh Kodeshim. Rabbi Akiva even says, we'll see it in Rashi, like, was the world worthy of this song? That's how high of a song that. So it's with great trepidation, I must say, and hesitation, even I could say, that I feel, very humbled that we'll learn. So I'm saying we're learning it together. I don't feel like I'm teaching it. We'll be learning it together, and you could always open your mics to add, because this is shir hashirim. It's not, one thing, and it's so holy that I feel like, what am I doing here? Okay. Few things we should know. Shir Hashirim, every time it says Shlomo, our Chacham say, and Rashi will also mention it, it's talking about Hashem. It's an allegory. Allegory, you say, a mashal, a parable of let's call it bride and groom, talking to each other, trying to find each other. It's a come and go, a disappearing act, and back again. It also takes us through the journey of Am Yisrael, reminiscing the love that Hashem showed us, and our going away a bit and wanting to come back, our longing and remembrance of the good things Hashem did for us and how we didn't appreciate it, and how come back. And Hashem saying, again, I love you. Yes, I'm still here. Look for me. Look for me. Okay, it's a courting act. And we, as could say, we go through life. We see it also in our own marriages. I don't want to take it down all the way down there, but it is. We could take it also personally in our lives of this dance of looking and coming to closer and looking again, and the longing, and it's something that I think is in itself is a powerful message. People sometimes expect, you go out of the chuppah and they lived happily ever after. It's always, but that this come and go and this hide and seek type of relationship actually makes the bond stronger and stronger and stronger. And this is what Shlomo HaMelech is pointing out in the day that the house, like the chuppah, is being revealed. Okay, so I'll open the screen and we will start some Rashis, and some will just do the pasuk. Okay, so here I opened up the Rashi with Rashi in English. Okay, so the first pasuk is Shir Hashirim Asher Shlomo. So Rashi says, let's look into Rashi. Our rabbis taught every Shlomo, for they were at loss to explain why the Torah didn't mention his father, as it did in Proverbs and in Kohelet, right? Why isn't it mentioned in Shir Hashirim? So they say Shir Hashirim is sacred, so it refers to God, the king who is Shalom Shelo. Shlomo, Hashalom Shelo. That's the word Shlomo, and it's talking about Hashem. It's a song that is above all song, which is recited by HaKadosh Baruch Hu, by his congregation, to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, by his congregation and his people, the congregation of Am Yisrael. And here's the quote from Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Akiva said, the world was never as worthy as on the day that the Shir Hashirim was given to Am Yisrael. For all the writings, Kol HaKsuvim Kodesh, all the writings are holy, whereas Shir Hashirim is Kodesh Kodashim. Now, Rebbe Lazar ben Azariah said, to what can this be compared? To a king who took a se'ah of wheat, it's a weight of wheat, and give it to a baker. And he said to him, extract for me so much fine flour, so much bran, so much coarse bran, and you shall produce enough fine flour for one white loaf, sifted and superior. So are all the ksuvim, and hashirim, the holiest kodesh kodashim, for it is all comprised of fear, Yerushalayim, and Kabbalah's all. Okay, so what did Rebbe Elazar ben Azariah say? It's like the sifted flour that very little is left. Some goes to bran, and some is coarse bran, and some is, different things, till you get the finest and finest superior of sifted flour. That is shir hashirim. And the purpose, he adds, is for Yerushalayim and Kabbalah's all. Okay, so right away in the first pasuk, Rashi explains, and as you see, it's not the simple pshat that we read in Torah and Nevi'im. It's going, even Rashi goes, brings a lot of, Gemara and Torah Shebal Peh, and to tell us the purpose. Shlomo means every time it says Shlomo, we're talking about HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and the purpose and the goal. It's like the Torah starts, Bereshit, Bishvil Reshit, Bet Reshit. What is the purpose of the Torah? The two things that are Reshit, the Torah and Am Yisrael. So Shir Hashirim, he's telling us the purpose is Yerushalayim and Kabbalah. Okay, so what does he say? Let's go to the first pasuk. Let me open up my notes. Yishakeni minishikot pihum kitovim dodecha miyain. Let him kiss me with kisses of his mouth, for your love is better than wine. What is he's saying here? First, let's understand that a kiss is a high level of endearment, of expressing endearment. Go straight to a high level of endearment. Since we learned there's different ways of expressing. It's by talk, the words we say, a kiss, a hug, just looking eye to eye, sitting quietly. There's a lot of ways. You could tell I'm a college teacher, right? There's a lot of expressions of love. And here we start with the expression of kissing. Kissing is from the higher ways of expressing love. Yishakeni, it's written in the future. Here, it's as if the lover is, or the beloved is reminiscing. I remember, and I pray that it'll come back. The connection that we had from years before, because what you gave me, Dodecha, your love, is greater than anything else. He brings the expression of a wine. Wine is a symbol of great luxury, great pleasure. And Chassidus wine is a deep learning, a deep connection, because it has reason, it has taste, it has flavor. It's great. It's like Pnimiyut HaTorah, we could say. There's the Torah, which is like water, and there's wine, which is already Torah with flavor. The explanation, he said, I want to get back to that connection of the deep kiss, the kiss that was in the level of wine with a lot of flavor and taste. Okay, it's some of the Mefarshim say it's reminiscing here to the times of. Sorry, what? I'm sorry, I didn't hear what Shlomit says. Okay, kiss is also a level. He's starting with a kiss saying, I will be saying words, but really, I want to talk about a level that's higher than words. A kiss is, sometimes you see somebody, instead of speaking, you just give them a kiss. It's higher than words. You could say shalom. You could give a handshake. Touch is also an expression of love. Kiss is face to face. So you usually give a kiss in the face, which is the higher part of body. And it's an expression of something that is higher than that. Mouth to mouth, that there is no need of words, just Rashi also expounds on this. Okay, I'll just read one part of Rashi. She recites this song, The Beloved, with her mouth in her exile. We are in the exile. It's describing us looking for HaKadosh Baruch Hu in the times of Galut, in her widowhood, right? If you remember, Echa, Am Yisrael is also compared to an almana. If only King Solomon will kiss me with the kisses of his mouth as of old, as years ago, because in some places they kiss on the back of the hand or on the shoulder. But I desire and wish that he behaved towards me as he behaved towards me originally, like a bridegroom with a bride, and mouth to mouth. Okay. Some of them, Rashi brings that here she is reminiscing Matan Torah, that Hashem saw us face to face, a kiss being that it's face to face. Am Yisrael felt that they were being kissed by Hashem. Okay, let's see what Rashi says. Your love is better to me more than any wine banquet and more than any pleasure and joy. In the Hebrew language, every banquet of pleasure and joy is called Sudat Mishteh Hayayin, if you remember by Megillat Esther. In song, they shall not drink wine. Okay. This is the explanation of its apparent meaning. This figure of speech was used because he gave them his Torah and he spoke to them face to face. It's reminiscing Matan Torah. And that love is still more pleasant to them than any pleasure. And they are assured by him that he will appear to them and explain to them the secrets of its reason and its hidden mystery. And they entreat him to fulfill his word. And this is the meaning, let him kiss me the kisses of his mouth. He's saying, come back and teach us more Torah, more depth. Yayin here is also talking about the depth of Torah that we are asking Hashem to teach us and to reveal to us. You know, it's interesting, we're going into Chodesh Tishrei, Kislev, and we know this is the month that Hashem revealed Nimiyut HaTorah to the Alter Rebbe, and Yutet Kislev is the Rosh Hashanah of a new revelation of more depth of Torah, which was in this month. So here is also a hint of when Mashiach will come, there will be Torah Chadasha Mi'iti Tetzeh, there will be more depth of Torah and being revealed. And we know that in the history of Am Yisrael and in the history of the world, we are now in the tech age. Why wasn't this chip and technology revealed before? Because Hashem, every amount of time, opens up chachma to the world. And it comes down in the secular world, like we had the Industrial Revolution, was the same time that a lot of Chassidus was being, the Baal Shem Tov and was being revealed to the world. nistar de Torah, Torah nistar. At the Zohar, why wasn't it before? At the same time that these things were being revealed to the world was also developing in the Industrial Revolution. And now we see so much Chassidut and Istar and Zohar and a lot of things, Kabbalah, being revealed to the world and learning. At the same time, the world is also learning a lot of new knowledge, secular knowledge that is being used in the world, Baruch Hashem, and they're meshing. Look, we're learning Zoom by something that couldn't have been done. And this is what she is saying. Take me to that place. I miss the learning of the Torah. I miss Matan Torah, where a new thing was revealed. The Jews learned Torah before. Am Yisrael kept Torah before. But this was in a different level. Hashem gave it to us, face to face, and the whole new connection of Shemayim and Aretz was connected. So this, the beloved is saying, kiss me again. And I know we will have that new revelation. The reach shmanecha tovim shemen turak shmecha al ken alamot ahevucha. Because of the fragrance of your goodly oils, your name is oil poured forth. Your name is Turak. Turak means, has a few explanations. One explanation means to pour forth. Therefore, the maidens love you. Okay, what is she saying? This is a metaphor of Hashem's good reputation. You know, the beloved is saying, you have a good reputation. You're the fragrance of your name, of the miracles you did. David says that this is the miracles, the fine oil, the turak. Your name poured forth to the world, and everybody got to know about you. Even the other maidens, other nations loved you because of the fragrance of your goodly oil, because of the miracles and the good things that you did. We are reminding Hashem that he dealt with us with miracles and he didn't keep it closed. You know, a good oil, a fragrance, a good perfume, you keep closed, because otherwise it evaporates. The smell goes out, and then little by little it evaporates. So he says, no, your oil could be poured forth. It doesn't evaporate. It affected the whole world. We know that by Har Sinai, the whole world, God's heard Aseres Hadibros. It penetrated through the whole world. It didn't bounce back from the mountains of Sinai or Midbar Sinai. It affected the whole world. And that's why everybody loved you, so feared you. Okay? And so here's like some of the Mefarshim say, L'reach shmanecha. Why does it say your oils, your goodly oils? And they say this is the Torah shebichtav and the Torah shebal peh. That we should know that the Har Sinai, we're acknowledging that in Har Sinai, we got both Torahs, Torah shebichtav and Torah shebal peh. And Torah is compared to oil, that it's hard to learn, to keep, but then you see the beauty, the fragrance, the taste, the value of the precious oil. And it says your name, your reputation spread like oil spreads, like aroma spreads. It spreads that other maidens, other nations, like wanted to be part of you. Okay, should we read Rashi? I don't know what, if you like text learning, do we continue with Rashi or should I just speak? I personally like text, but not everybody does. Okay, that's why we say in Pirkei Avot, a good name is referred to by the expression good oil. Shem Tov, Shemen Tov. Okay, so it comes from here. Okay, this is Rashi saying basically what I said. I was quoting Rashi. The dwelling at those dwelling at the ends of the earth smelled or heard your good fame and the awesome deeds that of Yetziat Mitzrayim. Okay. Mentions here Yisro heard this the news and he came and converted. Okay, maidens, versions, since the text compared him to a youth whose beloved holds him dear, and accordingly to the allegory, the maidens are the other nation. Okay, so it's using a song again of a beloved and a beloved. And now he turns the beloved, Am Yisrael, in Galus, is turning to Hashem and says, Mashcheni acharecha v'narutza. It's something we say a lot in Elul. Pull me closer and I will run after you. It's like saying to Hashem, draw me and we will run after you. See, there's two ways for people to join. One courts and draws the other one, or the other one just runs after him. You know, who does the first step? Who is the initiator? And we're telling to Hashem, initiate, draw me, give me the signs, and we will run after you. The king brought me to his chamber. Havi'eni hamelech hadarav. And he brings me, and this is, they say, is in the month of Elul, that Hashem takes us closer into his rooms, the Tishrei, all the holidays. Okay, but Nagila v'nis v'chabach, and then we'll be happy together. It's talking about, come, call me. Look at, and then I'll run after you. You know, like you start, and then I'll come, and we will rejoice and be glad. We will recall your love more fragrant than wine. They have loved you sincerely. Who is the they? Okay, what is this pasuk talking about? As you see, in Pshat on our own, it's hard to study it because it starts with draw me, and then all of a sudden it goes, Mesharim ahevucha, and the righteous loved you. Who's he talking about? I mean, this is a beloved. Who's she talking about? Okay, so so what is saying here? Just trying to think if we should look straight into Rashi, or I'll say about Peh, what the Mefarshim say. Mefarshim is are saying the bride is really talking to Hashem, give me a sign. I have no strength. I'm a widow. I'm alone. I'm in Golus. You know, show up a little. There's so much gashmias. There's so much worldly things here, and there's so many things going on. Where are you? Give me a hint, and then I will gladly run. You know, like many of us say, give me a sign. I'm waiting for a sign, and then I'll come, and then I'll gladly come. It's the whole philosophy of who does the first step. And, you know, you have people who come back to Yiddishkeit, and some say, I had this great, you know, awakening from within. So that was the person. And then some said, oh, Hashem sent me a sign. It came from above. It's two different levels. It's two different ways. It's coming from two different places. And here we're saying, Hashem, give me a sign. And then we'll run. Why is it so? Because we really have it in us, in our genes. As Jewish people, if you just give us a sign, we'll say, oh my God, oh Hashem, there you are. I want to say that I teach teachers who will be Kala teachers. And I gave this week 2 talks on how to teach non-religious Kalas who come to us for a one-time thing. And I say to them, we are a step ahead, just teaching math, English, and everything, because we're talking to a neshama. The child, the girl that's sitting in front of us, all with tattoos and with a lot of piercing and just with a gufiya and a little pair of shorts, she is a daughter like us. She doesn't know, but she really wants to go to the mikveh. We just have to awaken it. We just have to make her realize it, make her into that kli, because she has it. This is what we're saying to Hashem. You just have to give a little push, because we really have it in us. We're part of you. We were connected. We're a beloved and a belover. And we also have it in our genes. It's our makeup. This is what he's saying, Meisharim ahavucha. The righteous loved you. And the Mefarshim say, we are hinting, we are the children of Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, and Leah, and Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. They are called the Meisharim, the righteous, are righteous of us. Okay, many of the Mefarshim say, what is the Chadarim? What rooms is he talking about? Havieni Hamelech Chadarav. So being that it was written in the day of Chanukah Sabayis of the Beis HaMikdash, so we're saying, Hashem, take us back to Yerushalayim, to Eretz Yisrael, to Binyan Beis HaMikdash. Chadarav, they say, is the rebuilding of the Beis HaMikdash in a physical room, into those rooms. Many of the Mefarshim say the rooms, the chambers of Torah, Havieni Hamelech Chadara, continuing the wine version of take me into the depth of your Torah, into the inner chambers, Chadrei Chadarim. Take me into the inner chambers of learning Torah. So it could be on both levels that walk me through to all the levels of Torah, give me that taste, that flavor, that chayut. And also it is the wish of Hashem taking us back to Eretz Yisrael, to Yerushalayim, to Binyan Bet HaMikdash. Okay. Then the bride says, Shchora ani v'na'ava b'not Yerushalayim. I am black but comely, O daughters of Yerushalayim. Let the tents of Kedar, like the tents of Kedar, like the curtains of Shlomo. What is she saying? I know I sinned. If you look at me now, I look black, dusty, dirty, with sin, with soot, with a lot of dirt. But you should know, Na'ava, I am beautiful. Not Yerushalayim. She's talking to other maidens, like we're talking to other people. I look dirty to you, but you should know within, I am really beautiful. I am like a Ohalei Kedar. The Ohalei Kedar, let's see what Rashi says. The Ohalei Kedar, the tents of Kedar, which are blackened by the rain. They are constantly spread out in the desert. I am dirty like these curtains, tents of Kedar that are, which is in the desert, that collects all the dirt of the camel and the winds and the desert wind and all the dust and dirt of the desert. But I am easily cleansed to be like the curtains of Shlomo. But you should know, it's like, this is negative, shchora, and nava is the positive. Olei Kedar is the negative. Yeriot Shlomo, the sheets of Shlomo are the white, beautiful sheets of good quality of Shlomo HaMelech that get white very quickly. Could be washed, very good quality sheets, not just bought in IKEA. They wash and dry, and they don't need economica. They right away, all the stains disappear, and they're beautiful and fresh. So he says, you see, my friends, I'm reading Rashi. Let me not be the light in your eyes, even let me not be light in your eyes, even if my husband has left me because of my blackness. For I am black because of the sun's gaze. I became black because of the sun. Too much light, too much, seeing things, too much of a sunburn, too much tan. It's like getting too much. But I am comely with the shape of beautiful limbs. And if I am black as the tents of Kedar, which are blackened by the rain, for they are constantly spread out in the desert, I am easily cleansed to be like the curtains of Shlomo. The allegory is that the congregation of Israel says to the nations, not Yerushalayim is like talking to the other people, to other nations, I am black in my deeds, but I am comely in the deeds of my ancestor. Remember the previous pasuk, we mentioned our ancestors. Even some of my own deeds, my deeds are comely. If I am guilty of the golden calf, of the sin of the golden calf, okay, here he is. We hinted before to Matan Torah. So the next pasuk tells us about Chet HaEgel. We mentioned Yetziat Mitzrayim. We mentioned Matan Torah. We're going through a bit of our history. It's like saying, Zacharti lach chesed ne'orayich. We're reminding Hashem of the things that we went through together after we met. I use this, the truth is, in therapy. When I'm sitting with a couple, I sometimes ask them, tell me how you met. It brings up good, nice memories. So here we slipped, there we slipped, but this is what we went through together. And the couple realizes they hear each other, we've been through a few good things and here we're still here. So we're doing the same. We're saying to Hashem, we came from Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. And then you chose us in Mitzrayim. And then you took us to the Yam. And you gave us the Torah. Yes, the day after, 40 days later, we sinned. We blackened ourselves with the sin of Chet HaEgel. I can counter it with the merit of the acceptance of the Torah. This is written in the Medrash. He calls the nations the daughters of Yerushalayim because she, Yerushalayim, is destined to become the metropolis for all of them. As Yecheskel prophesies, and I shall give them to you for daughters. Okay, so Rashi is also explaining why is she turning to all the nations and calling them Benos Yerushalayim? Not to Yerushalayim, because in the future, all the other nations will be connected to Yerushalayim. Yerushalayim will be the metropolis. We really have to send this to the United Nations, this pasuk. They will all be belonging to Eretz Yisrael, and Yerushalayim will be the metropolis of all the nations. So she's saying to all the nations, don't look at me now. I am black. I became black with Chet HaEgel right after I got the Torah. But still, in a jiffy, like the sheets of Shlomo HaMelech, I can cleanse myself, whiten myself, and then you all will be under Yerushalayim, and Yerushalayim will be our main city, Ir HaBirah Shel HaOlam. And we'll do one more pasuk for today. Do not Tirauni shani shchachoret. Don't look at me that I became black. Don't look at me in disdain. Sheshizaftani Hashemesh, that I became burnt by the sun. And who did it to me? B'nei imi. It was caused by my mother's sons. Okay, here we're going a little bit to the blame game, saying it's not really so much our fault. We became black because of the other nations that, here she's talking about the people that went out of Mitzrayim, who were not from the Jewish tribes, what we call the Erev Rav, the people who joined the going out of Mitzrayim, who caused the golden calf, who caused us to sin, who tried to chill us against HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And because we were so busy dealing with them, they made me a keeper of the vineyards. So we didn't have time. My own vineyard, I did not keep. I did not have time to concentrate on my own vineyard. This is something I say a lot to my students, my seminary students. I say, we're so busy answering to the nations, explaining to the nations. We're not concentrating on our own, realizing who we are and taking care and tending to our own garden and to our own beautiful Torah and mitzvahs. You know, if we would just do the other way around, keep our Torah and mitzvahs, the goyim will see, it'll affect the goyim around us, so we don't have to be a guard to the vineyards. The vineyards itself will flourish and will show the nations the beauty of Am Yisrael, so we will not be burnt by the sun and we will be beautiful. I want to stop here, learning from inside. Stop sharing. Stop sharing. Second, any questions? And I would like to hear if you like this, you know, we haven't learned like this before. If you like this way of learning, or would you like me without the text just to speak? Do you like learning pasuk by pasuk? Today we did not manage to go into a Hasidic explanation, even though I threw in here and there, but nothing from like Likutei Torah and others. Next time we will. I'd like to have feedback and comments to know if this is the way we should continue learning shir hashirim. I would also like to say shir hashirim is recited by many congregations at different times. Mostly on Pesach and Shavuot, some say right after the Seder, because now that you know that it starts talking about our going out of Mitzrayim and getting the Torah. So we say it at those times. Many congregations also say it every Friday night when it's a special night of marriage, of togetherness, of Am Yisrael and Hashem. We're going into a full 24 hours, 26 hours of being with HaKadosh Baruch Hu to show his love. We don't have our phones on, our computers on. We are mostly doing things of Kodesh, davening, a longer davening, Kriyat HaTorah. So we want to arouse, and also we are connected more to the Nefesh Ha'elokit, that we have the extra neshama that we get on Shabbat. So we sing shir hashirim to elevate ourselves on Yom Shishi. So it is a beautiful song. Okay, I wanted to mention that now that we learned the psukim, and we do see that we do mention Pesach, Shavuot, and other things. It also talks about vineyards and gardens, and which is during Pesach and Shavuot is the time that these fields are being taken care of and planted and growing. Okay, so if anybody wants to write to me privately or tell me how you like this, if you like this way of learning, and we could sometimes pause and put in a Parshat HaShavua, whichever way you like. Bezrat Hashem. Okay, have a great week. Thank you, Shimonit. see if anybody else commented.
Thank you very much.
Okay, take care. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Be well.
Thank you.
See you next week, Bezat Hashem. Bye.
Esther, very powerful, beautiful, very
Thank
powerful.
you. Thank you, Melka. Thank you. Take care. Oh, I do want to say before you all
Thank
sign
you.
up, on Monday, we're starting in our Bet Chabad, a face-to-face learning group for women, Torah and Tea. We have 3 classes. I will send you a flyer. I know Simcha can't come from England, and Tzfat, Tel Aviv traffic is very difficult. I wasn't planning on putting it on Zoom, but if I do know that there will be a group of women, I will put it on Zoom. I will try to open up a computer there. But if you know anybody in the Merkaz or Tel Aviv area, you could send it to them. I will share with you the flyer, okay?
What time will it be?
It's from 10 to 1.
In the morning,
Yes.
10 to 1. Okay, I could put in earphones.
Okay.
If you
Fine.
Zoom it, it's up to you.
And it's in Hebrew. Sorry.
Ah,
Sorry,
okay.
Simcha. It's in Hebrew.
But I love what you did today. It was really
Okay.
good.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Take care.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.